So let us begin with general ledger accounting. So an ERP or SAP, who is it finally meant for? Who is the final user of the system once it is being set up for them?
Like keep the information and organize the information.
Yeah. So there are two people in SAP world actually. One is an end user, the other person is a
The
consultant.
consultant.
The consultant sets up the system for the end user to do his day-to-day transactions.
Mm-hmm.
End user does the business transactions. For him to do business transactions, he needs ledger accounts, cash account, share capital account, bank account, cash account, debtors account, sales account, purchase account. He needs ledger accounts. In SAP we call it GL, general ledger. GL, master data, master record, created in the transaction code FS00.
Mm-hmm.
For us to create GL master data, for the consultant to create a GL master data, there are 4 configurations prior to it. 4 configurations prior to creating general ledger account.
Mm-hmm. It's created by the consultant.
Yes,
Okay.
the user will only do business transaction. He will post entries. For him to post entries, the consultant needs to set up various ledger accounts.
Mm-hmm.
For him to set up various ledger accounts, these 4 configurations are required. First one, edit chart of accounts list.
The teacher accounts.
2013. Signed company code. Chart of accounts, CO, chart of accounts. OB62. Define account group. BT4. Lastly, define retained earnings account. B53.
Mm-hmm.
Once we do these 4 configurations, we can create GL master data. Once we create GL master data, we can start posting entries, business transactions.
Okay.
Let us begin with the first one.
OB13.
Now, before we go into the system, a brief theory about what chart of accounts is. 3 points basically. Definition. The list of complete set of GL accounts is called chart of accounts. List of GL accounts, it's called chart of accounts. Second point. Types of chart. Types of chart of accounts. There are three types of chart of accounts. Operating chart of accounts, operating chart of accounts is created to meet day-to-day operational activities, like which items we transfer to P&L, which should go to balance sheet. Now, these are important for day-to-day activities. Therefore, creation of operating chart of accounts is absolutely essential. It's mandatory to create. The second one, country chart of accounts. Okay. Country chart of accounts refers to the chart of accounts which relates to specific laws of each country. Is created to meet the specific requirements of each country, to meet the specific laws of each country. Typical example would be tax laws. Tax laws of India would be different than that of tax laws in UK or tax laws in Spain. So it's just one example. So if you have business in different countries, to follow specific laws of that particular country, country chart of accounts is created. So creation of country chart of accounts is optional. If you have businesses in other countries, then you have to create country chart of accounts.
Okay. For example, this is a small company in Spain that is working only in Spain. They don't need to create country.
Then there is absolutely no need to have country chart of accounts.
Okay.
So optional to create. And then group chart of accounts. Group refers to, is for the purpose of consolidation purpose. It's for consolidating financial statements. So if you have various subsidiary companies, okay, say for example, we have only one company, ABC1 Pharmaceuticals. Okay. ABC Group has only one line of business, which is pharmaceuticals. If we have more than one, say pharmaceuticals or many more, garment, textiles, motors. So all the subsidiary companies' financial statements has to be consolidated and presented as one financial statement.
Okay.
So if we have lots of subsidiary companies or more than one subsidiary company or more than one company code, then group chart of accounts is used. Again, it is optional to create. Okay. So operating compulsory, country and group optional.
Okay.
Third point.
The first one is necessary. The other two optional.
Yes. The second and the third one are optional.
Optional. Okay.
One chart of accounts, one chart of account can be assigned to more than one company codes, to multiple company codes. But the reverse statement is not true. That is one company code being assigned to multiple chart of accounts. Not possible, it's an illogical statement. Let's go to OB13 and create a new chart of accounts. SPRO, let's put the IMG string for configuration. Path, IMG, financial accounting new. General ledger accounting new. Master data. GL accounts. Preparations. Under preparations, we have these four activities. First one, edit chart of accounts list. Transaction code OB1313. Execute new entries. We'll give the same name as that of our company code, ABC1. In the brief description, chart of accounts for ABC1, language English, length of GL account number. Length refers to the number of digits that appears in a GL account. Now we have various ledger accounts, cash account, bank account, drawings, share capital, purchase GL, sales GL. Length refers to the number of digits in that account. Say my cash account is account number 1. So if I give you a 6, the system takes 5 zeros preceding 5 and makes the account number a 6. Understood?
Yeah.
Controlling integration. By default it will stay in manual. Let it stay in manual. Cost element, the concept and controlling. It is a carrier of cost. It is a carrier of cost. When we come to CO, we will see that by default it will be a manual creation. Let it be like that. Group chart of accounts to be used if you have a group. Group companies. Block status indicator. If you tick this, it means that the user cannot create any GL. And save. new request because it's a new submodule.
But why you press block? Because we want that they create a GL.
It's mostly for control purpose.
Okay.
See, if you tick the status block, no one can create GL.
Only the
So there
consultant.
is there is a certain, even in the consultant, in large organization you will have separate teams, GL team, accounts receivable team, accounts payable team. Only that particular set of GL consultants can create GLs. It's
Okay.
more of a control feature.
Okay.
Click on a new request. ABC2 underscore GL new. Save. Enter. Please come back. The next activity. Assign company code to chart of accounts. Fairly simple. Find out our company code and assign the chart of accounts. Execute. Position. Our company code is ABC2. Enter. I beg your pardon. ABC1. And please give the chart of accounts over here, the fourth column. The name of our chart of accounts which we created in OB13 is also ABC1.
Okay.
It will be there in this help list. If you click, you can select from among this list. Once you give the chart of accounts, save it. Can you please give me a minute?
Yes.
Thank you. So please enter the chart of accounts which you created in OB13, ABC1, and save. We gave the name as ABC2.
Yes.
Alright, come back. Third activity, define account group. A very important activity. Alright, account group. Now what is account group? Account group. Items of similar nature categorized under one common head called account group. For example, let's split this. Items of similar nature. Items of similar nature can be rent paid, electricity expense, telephone expenses, right? Then water charges, legal charges, audit fees, conveyance, internet expenditure, director's fees, postage, printing and stationery, charity and donations, and many more. Many more. Okay. But these are items of similar nature. They come on the debit side of the P&L.
Yeah.
They're of the same nature. Depreciation, discount allowed, many more. They can be categorized under one common head called expenses. Expenses is an account group under which we have so many GLs. These are the items which we will create under FS00, GL master data. Now we can have another set of items of similar nature. Rent received, commission received, interest on investments, bad debts recovered, discount received, sales, okay, tax refund. All these can be categorized under the account group called income or revenue items. Then we can have another account group called fixed assets. Fixed assets can be another account group under which we can have items of similar nature like land, buildings, plant and machinery, furniture and fittings, vehicles, computers, many more. Okay. So this is what we are going to create now. All this we will create under FS00, General Ledger Master Data. So let us go to account group. The job of an account group. What does an account group do? There are two main things that an account group does. One, it controls the GL number ranges and controls the fields appearing in GL master data. These are the two main jobs of an account group. Let's go to OBT4, account group, new entries. Before we put account group, there are four broad categories in accounting. One is liabilities. We'll keep liabilities as accounts starting from one series. That is, all accounts starting from one are liabilities. All accounts starting with two would be assets. All accounts starting from three represents income. All accounts starting from four would be expenditure. Now, this would be easy to identify. If we look at a particular account, you can say to which group it belongs. It's a liability item, it's an asset item, or is it income, or is it expenditure. Now, this is not necessary that you have to give liabilities under one series. You can have liabilities under four series also. It's left up to you. It's left up to the organization's wish. Okay. I'm used to putting accounts like this. That's the reason I'm following this pattern. New entries. This screen will appear. Please enter the chart of accounts, 5 columns. ABC1, account group, share capital, 4 characters. I can have 100 share capitals is what it means. I can have issued capital, paid up capital, authorized capital, 100 kinds of share capital. You can give more than 100, you can give less than 100. And I'm entering 6 characters here, 6 digits here, because if you remember in OB13, we had given length of GL account number as 6. If you give here 1, what the system will do is, it'll take 5 zeros preceding 1 to make it 6 digits.
Okay.
The next account group. Retained earnings. What we call reserves and surplus in our accounting language is called retained earnings in SAP. Okay. Reserves and surplus is nothing but our balance sheet item, which comes under share capital. The profit or loss which arises out of P&L is transferred to reserves and surplus. Again, the next number 100, 100 to 100, 199. ABC1, accumulated depreciation. Now see, accumulated depreciation, there are 2 ways in which you can treat it. You can either reduce it from the fixed asset on the asset side, or you can show it as a separate item on the liability side itself. 100,200 to 100,299. Secured loans. Unsecured loans. current liabilities and provisions. Mm, assets, fixed assets. Two series.
Ram,
Yes.
one question. Maybe it's a stupid question, but you put the quantities from 100 to 199, 200, 299 in quantities in 100, but a sample, no? It's because you are doing a sample and all expenses are in between 100 is no.
Yes.
But this is because it's a sample. You can put
Yes.
maybe 100 until 200 or no.
Yes. So,
Okay.
for example, I'm putting here 200,000 to 200,099, meaning I can have 100.
Mm-hmm.
So 200,099. Yeah, meaning I can have 100 fixed assets. But in real time, you'll not have 100. You'll have more than 100, more than 1,000. Never know. You don't know. So we give here maximum numbers 999,999.
Okay.
Okay. So it's just an
But you can.
example. We are hardly going to create even 5 assets, 10 assets. So I'm just using small numbers.
Okay. Okay.
Current assets. Mm, sales. Income item. Again, other income, you can split it into direct income, indirect income. Okay. Freely definable. Increase, decrease in stock. Increase, decrease in stock. Expenditure. Mm,
RAM, the account group, the code, for the initials. There are one list or something.
It's freely definable. If you do not want to use, for example, share capital, you don't like using
Oh,
SHCA, you can write
yeah.
SCAP. It's left up to you.
Oh. It's up to me.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought that is
So
okay.
if you do not want fixed assets as FIAS, you can write something like, FAST, your wish.
Okay.
Interest paid. This broadly covers all accounts. This list. Save.
Mm-hmm.
And the last active.
This is one group.
Sorry.
This is one group of then similar nature uh, expenses. Is
Yeah.
one group of same
Yes.
nature. Okay.
All our expenses are this, starting from 4 series. So we have about one,
Mm-hmm.
two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 account groups relating to expenses.
Okay.
3 account groups relating to income. We have 2 account groups relating to fixed assets. And we have 6 account groups relating to liabilities. So all liabilities starting from 1, assets starting from 2, income starts from 3,
Mm-hmm.
expenditure starts from 4 series accounts. Save. Account group depends on the client. You'll have to interact with him, design accordingly, design the account group yourself. The last one, define retained earnings account, OB53. Last for the chart of accounts, please enter the chart of accounts, ABC1, enter, P&L statement. The name for your P&L statement, that's all. We generally give X in real time also, in a live scenario, generally give X, but you can give your own name, A, B, C, P, Q, anything. And give the account number. But We have not created any GL account. So how will we give the account number? So what we do, save it. First save this. So post saving, we have done these first four. So we can now create GL master data. Without fail, the first GL that you should create is retained earnings GL. Once you create that GL, come back to OB53 and give that GL number here. You understand what I'm saying? Here
Yes.
we are supposed to give the GL number, but we have not created any GL account yet. So what we do, we go to FS00, create a GL called retained earnings, come back to OB53 and give that GL number here. Enter the GL number here. Once you enter the GL number, save. Now, there is another method. If you go to account group, and this is the faster way. If you go to account group, ABC1, these are our GL accounts, I said. So I can create 100 retained earnings GL accounts. Now, select any one number among these and input in OB. I'll select 100, 100. Save. The system will let us proceed, but with a warning. System throws a message, a warning message. Anything in yellow is a warning message.
Yeah.
If it is in red, then total error. It will not let us proceed. Green means all okay. So it says account 100 not created in chart of accounts ABC1. Okay. It's only a warning. Please hit enter. Save. Now that we have done all these four, now we are in a position to create GL master data. Edit GL account centrally. Transaction code FS00. There are two ways of creating GL. And display accounts in navigation. Under each method, there are two ways of doing it. So do not display accounts in navigation tree. There are two ways of creating GL accounts on this method. One without template and the other one with template. second method is display accounts and navigation tree. First method, create new. The second method, using a copy function. It's the same as without template and with template. This is the terminology which has been used is different. Without template refers to creating it fresh without reference to any GL. With template means with reference to an existing GL. That's what copy also means. With reference to an existing GL, create a new GL. Now let's see what do not display accounts and display accounts. Okay. Transaction code FS00. By default, the system will be like this. One single screen. This is called do not display accounts, wherein you can just keep on creating accounts and the list you cannot see, the list of the GL accounts that you have created will not be visible in the screen. How to create a GL account? We'll see now. Now expenses. Let's take with simple example. We'll create all these GLs. Expenses. For expenses, I suggest when you start to create GL accounts afresh for the first time, not only for the first time, whenever you create a GL account, please have one screen open parallelly, account group OBD4. Search for our chart accounts ABC1. Now these are the account groups which we have created. Okay, let's start with simple items like expenses. Expenses 400, 300 to 400, 399. We can have 100 expenses. The numbers starting from 400, 300. My last GL expense would be 400, 399. So number range 400, 300 to 400, 399. What will be my rent paid GL? What number can we assign to rent paid? I said I can create 100 expenses. So here we have about 10, 12 expenses we have. What can be the GL number for rent paid?
400, 301.
Why can't we have 400, 300?
Yeah, 300.
Can I not have 400, 226? Can I?
Yes, you can't.
So
No.
no,
No.
no, no.
No. No.
Why no?
because the expenses are between 400 and 399.
Right. So can I have 359?
Yes.
Yes, I can. But it's better we go in an order. That's the reason we give 400, 300. Rent paid. So let's create an account without a template. We are now in this. Do not display accounts in navigation tree. Without template.
Okay.
Enter the GL number here. 400, 300, and punch in the company code ABC1. GL account, company code, and click on this create button, a small text file kind of button. Create. Okay. Ah. It says chart of accounts blocked. Creation not possible. Why?
Yeah. Because maybe you use this number a lot, or
Sorry.
because maybe you use this number, the
No.
400300 before,
No.
or
We are coming to GL for the first time.
chart
We
account.
haven't created GLs before. We're coming to GL for the first time.
I don't know why you can create.
Okay. Does the word blocked, does it ring a bell? Anywhere did you see the word blocked before? Giving you a big clue. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah,
in
yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you
where
put block in the option.
yeah. So at the time of creation of chart of accounts, OB13, we had blocked this chart of accounts for creation of GL. Now we'll remove the block indicator, tick, save, data was saved, come back, and it closes. And now let us try creating. Click on create, give the GL account 400, 300, company code, and click on create.
Okay.
Please select the account group. All the account groups which we created in OBD4, all of them will appear here. Now we have to select the correct account group to which 400, 300 relates. 400, 300 belongs to expenses. Even by mistake, if you select a wrong account group, the system will not allow you to proceed. It will throw an error. So select expenses. Is expenses a profit and loss item or a balance sheet item?
Say me again.
Sorry?
Say me again.
Now expenses,
Mm-hmm.
where would expenses normally appear? Do you put it in the profit and loss account or do you enter it in the balance sheet?
In the balance.
Profit and loss account. Okay.
Understatement, yeah.
Right. Sorry?
No, continue.
rent. Let's go to the second tab, control data. The currency would be picked up by the system. Please check mark line item display. Each debit is a line item, every credit is a line item. All debits and credits to be displayed in the report. That's the reason we tick mark on line item display. Sort key. Sort key is like a reference number. Every journal entry that you post, every entry that is being posted requires a reference number. This reference number is automated. So if SAP has given a predefined list of sort keys, select any one among them. Say I'm giving 001 posting date. And the third tab, field status group. If you remember, when we were doing global settings, the first setting under global settings was field status variant. Field status variant helps in controlling the fields when the user does business transaction. Now these field status variant consists of various field status groups. Those groups we copied, and those groups are the ones which will appear here. Please select the appropriate field status group which relates to expenses. Now there is no such field status group which exists for expenditure. So you can safely select general G001. Or if you think you are in doubt, you're not sure which one to give, you can select G001, general item, general field status group. And then you can consult with your colleague or superior, come and change it. This is the change button. Save, and our first GL is created. Rent is being created. Now let's create the second GL. Electricity expense. The number for electricity expense would be what GL can we use?
400 400
400
400 or 399 or no, sorry 400301 or
Yeah.
30.
Okay. Now anything
Sorry,
between 301 to 399. But we'll
yeah,
follow an
I
order.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
But we'll follow an order. Now come back, enter the GL account 400201, the company code, and click on create. Expenses, P&L statement, electricity expenses, control data is the same. Line item display, sort key. Field status group, save. So two GLs we have created. Third one, telephone expenses 400302. Click on create. If you observe, we are doing the same thing in control data and create bank interest. I'm clicking line item display, giving the sort key as 001 and giving the field status group as G001. The only change that I'm making is I'm changing the name of the expense.
For a specific expense, okay.
Sorry?
You change the name of the expense for one specific expense.
Yes. Only the name of the expense is changing. In control
Okay.
data, I'm doing the same thing. Line item display sort key 001 and field status group in the third tab is G001. So basically we are doing the same thing in control data and create bank interest tab. So let us minimize our work. Here is where we use the concept of with template. With template means I'm going to copy from an existing GL. We have 3 GLs created. So I'm going to use any one of these and copy and change it to water charges. So now I want to create 400303 and I'm going to copy from any one of these. That's what is with template. Give the GL number 400303. Instead of clicking on create, click on with template, create with template. To click on create with template, small window will open. GL account. It will ask the reference account. Reference refers to the source GL which is going to be copied. The source GL can be either 400 300, 400 301 or 400 302. The existing GLs which has been created already. Say I'm going to copy from rent paid 400 300. Company code and the entire rent paid gets copied. I've not given any of this. It has copied. It has copied. All we are going to do is come to the first tab, type description and change the expense name, water charges. Alright, understood? Save.
Yes.
We'll again try it. 400304 now. Legal charges 4003. Okay, now I'm going to copy from 400303. Click on which template. Any one of these four, 400 300 to 400303. I'm selecting 400 303. Changing water charges to legal charges. Four zero zero three zero five is the next GL. Audit fees. I need to create 400305. Let me create with reference to 400302. Click on create with template. First enter this GL 400305. Now click on create with template and 400302 or you can use the same one 303. Change water charges to audit fees. Save. Okay. Any doubts so far? How we use without template and with template?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the plate is super fast.
Sorry.
With template is very easy with the template.
I don't get you.
I say that with template is very easy, very fast.
Yes, it's a copy function basically. Without template, you'll have to create a fresh. Okay. All right. Now let's go to display accounts in navigation tree. Display accounts means you can see the accounts that you have created so far. So far we have created 6 GLs. But we cannot see the 6 GLs which we have created. How to display accounts in navigation tree? You go to settings, hierarchy display, and you'll have to select the second option, display accounts in navigation tree. Select display accounts in navigation tree and enter. The system will throw a message. The new settings will take effect once the transaction is restarted. We'll have to restart the transaction at +00. Now if you see, the screen will be split into two. All the accounts which we have created will be displayed in this tree. So I like to see this way actually. So you can see what accounts you have created. Okay.
Okay.
Now let us create accounts here. Again, two ways of creating accounts using display accounts and navigation tree. Create new. Click on create, the same text file which we used in do not display. Create, and now enter the GL number. The next GL number 400306. Enter. Select the account group, expenses. Conveyance. Control data. Exactly the same thing. And save.
Mm-hmm.
Next GL create 400307. Enter. Expenses. Internet expense 400307. Line item display 001. Save. Now here also we are doing the same thing. In the last two tabs, control data and create bank interest, we're doing the same thing. So let us use the copy function. So select the select the GL which you want to copy. Say I want to copy internet expense or I want to copy conveyance. Double click on conveyance and the GL will be open. But double click on internet expense that expense will open. And click on copy button. You can either click on this copy button or right click on that GL and click on copy. Both are the same.
Okay.
So reference GL account refers to the source GL account which has to be copied. That's 400307 internet expense. And the destination GL account 400308, the next GL. All we need to do is remove internet expense and enter director's fees.
308.
Saved. Again, right click, copy from director's fees to postage. $308 to $309. Now 30304 to 310. Remove legal charges. Printing and stationery. Save from director's fees. Charity and donations. Okay, like this you can put 100 expenses in this range of expenses. Let's put something else. Expense income items. Income would be 300 100 to 300 199. Create 300 100. Enter. Select the correct account group. Other income. Income is also a profit and loss item. Comes on the credit side of the profit and loss account. Rent received. Field status group. For income items, we do have a field status group. G029. Revenue accounts. Save.
We can use G001.
You can use G001. It's not wrong. But if you find anything specific relating to income or revenue items, please select that.
Okay.
But the system is not going to throw any error if you use G001 or G045 or any other. Let's do a similar copy function, 300 100 to 300 101. Can copy 101 to 102. See, copy, bad debt straight over. And yeah, very important, we need cash or bank also. Okay. Any expense involves money going out, any revenue related activities involves money flowing inside, coming inside the organization. Bank or cash is a current asset item, current asset. 200 to 200, 199, 200, 192. Enter. Current asset is a balance sheet item. So we'll have, what bank shall we have? Should suggest some bank name.
Santander Bank. Santander Bank.
It's in Spain, right?
And yeah, it's Spanish, but it's in UK as well. It's S-I-N.
S-I-N.
No, sorry, S-A-N. That.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Santander.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Is
They
one of the most
sponsor Formula One races.
Yeah. Santander Bank.
Okay, main, I'll tell you what main is. Every bank, it's not essential that an organization will operate only on one or two banks. They might have three, four banks. Each bank will have 6 GLs. Each bank will have 6 GLs. First GL will be main. Second will be incoming GL. Third will be bank outgoing. Fourth will be incoming clearing. Fifth, outgoing clearing. And sixth would be bank charges. Bank main refers to, bank main will be used, bank incoming will be used for all incoming payments. Payments received from customers, like that.
Okay.
Outgoing payment refers to outflow of cash. Payment made to the vendor or some service charges given to the bank. Incoming clearing and outgoing clearing are used for BRS, Bank Reconciliation System, Bank Reconciliation Statement. And charges are used for, bank debits a small charge for rendering a small amount, for rendering its services. For example, ATM withdrawals. If you withdraw after a certain limit, 4 or 5 withdrawals, the bank generally debits a small amount. Then banks issue checkbooks. For issuing checkbooks, it debits a small amount. Then DD, demand draft. You go and take a demand draft in a bank. The bank charges a small commission amount. So there are lots of services which the bank renders for which it debits a small charge from your account. All those hits the bank charges. Main is nothing but a consolidation of all incoming, outgoing clearing and bank charges. It's a consolidated statement of all. Control data. For balance sheet items, we tick mark balance in local currency. Line item display. Sort key. Field status group. G001. And save. Now that we have created some basic GLs, some basic expense items, some basic income items, we are good to start with the business transactions. We have finished this. We have done basic GLs, some GLs to start with. Now the end user has to test from his end. We have to test from our end that the business transactions are working properly and that it does not show any error. So let's do our first transaction. GL account. End user, business transactions. First transaction, GL account posting. Here you are expected to know your entries, GL account. Entries is what we post in the system. GL account posting can be done in two ways. General transaction. F-02 transaction code and single screen or enjoy transaction. FB. Alright. I hope you remember your journal entries.
Yes. Well, in Spanish, but I will try to.
All right, that's okay. That's okay. As long as you can, you remember, you can relate to what I'm saying.
Yeah, no problem.
So before going to F-02, so I said transactions entries are what we post in the system. First we'll see general transaction F-02. GL account posting.
Today, for example,
Sorry?
you need to put the date of the today, no?
Yeah.
Well, the day of the transaction, sorry.
Yeah, so let us say we are going to post water charges, water expenses. What would be the entry for water expenses? What should I debit and what should I credit?
Water and bank.
Yes. Water expense I would debit and the bank credit to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this I want to post in SAP. Okay, I want to post this in
Okay.
SAP. So I will go to F-02 29.4. Oh, the code period is 1, currency GBP. Now it takes the posting key 40 by default. What is 40 posting key?
Mm,
Okay, before that, did you have a chance to go through the videos, posting keys, document types? Did you get some time?
okay. Okay.
Yeah, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright. So you know how to find out posting keys.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, good.
Journal entry, okay.
First step, journal entry, finished. Step 2, what is the second step? Find out the, then find out the posting keys. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now what account type is water expense? Okay, what is an account type?
It's a debit, no?
These are our account types.
Account, GL,
These are our account types. This is GL. We're going to debit GL. And bank,
GL.
GL. Now let's find out the posting key for debit GL. OB41 posting keys. We saw this when we were doing posting keys as a setting, 8th setting. We saw here. This one. And the posting key, let's go to GL debit first. 40, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. Which one will come for GL debit?
Mm, cost or consumption. Consumption, 84.
I'm sorry. Not cost, it's not 81.
No, I said consumption.
Which one, which number?
84.
No, consumption refers to raw material consumption. Consumption of raw material semi
Okay. Because
production.
for me can be like consumption expenses. But okay, cost inventory different price different consumption change in a stock year in is what this is general maybe 86.
86 is GRIR. GRIR refers to goods receipt and invoice receipt. Goods receipt means the purchase department is receiving the goods. Invoice receipt means invoice verification. The finance department is verifying the bill and invoices.
Why is not 81?
No, the cost is production cost. This I
And you
told
say
you
between,
this I told you the other day. 81 means production cost. So a lot of people get confused.
but you said water expenses is between 81 and 86.
No, there's one more. 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. And one more on top.
The 80.
No,
What? But you say me between 81 and 86?
no. On top
Okay.
there's one more. 40. And
Debit entry. Okay, no, because I understood that I need to tell you one between 81 and 86.
no, I said 40. I said 40
Okay,
and
okay.
80 to 86.
Okay. Okay, okay.
40
So
and 80 to
debit
86.
entry. Okay, the general debit entry. 40.
40. Bank. GL credit. Same. 50 and 90 to 96.
Credit entry. 50.
Now let's post our transaction. Water expense GL. What is water expense? 400, 303, debit, and bank is 201. Okay, let's post the entry. The system will give default one posting key. Okay, so the system gives 40. System gives 40 as one of the posting keys. The system will give one posting key by default. So it's giving 40. Didn't understand.
Yeah, the system give me 40, yeah.
Okay, so when you come to F-02, enter the date. System will give one posting key by default. We need 40 and 50. But one posting key the system will give by default. The system gives 40. 40 is, we found out it's debit, GL debit, water expenses. So let us enter the GL. What is the GL for water? 400303.
Yeah.
Select, copy, enter. It will take us to the next screen. Amount, say 500. Text. Next line item, we have to find out and finish the entry. Posting key, we found out that the posting key is 50. The account, bank, 200, 100 is bank GL.
The first one.
Bank, yeah. Enter. No amount tolerance range into. We did this, right? We did the tolerance group OBA4 Why is it throwing an error? Doesn't show anything.
Should be ABC1, no? RM is no. ABC2.
I see here clearly that we have. Let's go to the transaction again at -02. Water charges. Enter. 500. 50. Bank GL. Enter again. To enter the credit details, we have entered the debit details. Hit enter, it will take us to screen. Next screen. Item 2, credit entry. We put star for amount and plus for text. Okay.
Always.
Yes, what it does is it copies the amount and text from the first line item. You can manually input it, but by doing this you are reducing the chances of an error.
Okay.
Okay. So star for amount and plus for text. If you hit enter again, it will copy from the first line item. Now that you have finished your entry, you may save your post. But before posting, please see an overview of the document, what you have posted. You can click on the first icon, mountain-like icon, document overview, or you can click on document, simulate, like a preview of what document you have posted. Okay. Line item 140, water charges. Line item 250, bank name. Debit is equal to credit, and post. First document was posted. I would like to continue the remaining tomorrow. There are many more transactions to start. I would suggest small homework or an assignment. Please go through the concept of these posting keys.
Yes.
Based on that, we're going to post transactions. Now, there's another transaction in which we don't require posting keys. That's what is called enjoy transaction. The reason it is called enjoy is, or single screen, all our work can be done in one single screen. In F-02, we have to post the posting keys, enter the account number, go to the next screen. But in case of single screen, all our debit and credit we can finish in one single screen. And the second biggest advantage is no need to understand the concept of posting keys. If you know what your entry is, if you know what transaction you want to post, If you know what to debit, what to credit, you can just post your transaction. Easy. So
Okay.
that's the reason users this enjoy transaction, single stream transaction. Very famous. Users find it difficult to understand the concept of posting key. So see you tomorrow. Same time means as scheduled. We started half an hour late. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, there are a lot of noise and I hear you very bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes. No.
yes.
All right. So I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. It's going to be 11 for you, right?
But 8 o'clock UK, 8:30 UK.
Yeah.
What
So,
time in UK?
so it's 3:30, which means one. If I want you to start at 1, you're 4.5 hours behind me. So 1 means
8:30.
yes. Any time between 8:30 and 9. I would prefer 9,
Okay.
which means 1:30 my time. Yeah. So is that fine?
8, 8:30 to 9, no? More or less. 8:39.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
One
would,
thing.
yeah.
Monday is one holiday in UK. Is
Okay.
possible that we have class on Monday as well?
I will have to check with my other weekday batches
Okay.
because I have batches on weekdays, right?
Yeah, let me know tomorrow you can
So
because I think it's good for those 3 days together.
yeah, sure, sure. So by 9 a.m. your time, begin tomorrow. And also I will let you
Okay.
know about the Monday shift.
Okay, perfect. Thank
All
you,
right.
Ram.
Thank you very much.
I will
Yes.
send now one